Hello, myself Bhaskar Sharma from Department of Electrical Engineering in Arya College of Engineering and IT, Kukas, Jaipur. In this video lecture, we discuss about the part third of generator protection. This is the following contents regarding when we discuss about the generator protection. Introduction, classification of generator protection, miscellaneous protection, overspeed protection, overload protection, loss of boiler firing, lubrication oil failure, loss of load, and the last one is external fault backup protection. Now in this slide we discuss about the introduction regarding the generator protection. In a generating stations, the generator and the transformer are the main expensive equipments. Hence, it is desirable to employ a protective system to isolate the faulty equipments as quickly as possible to keep the healthy section in normal operation and to ensure uninterruptible or continuity of the power supply or electrical supply. In continuation of the introduction of generator protection, the next one is the basic electrical quantities. Those are likely to change during abnormal fault conditions are current, voltage, phase angle, and the frequency. Protective relays utilizes one or more of these quantities to detect abnormal conditions in a power system. Now, in this slide, we discuss about the classification of generator protection. First one is stator protection, second one is rotor protection, and the third one is miscellaneous protection. In this video lecture, we discuss about the miscellaneous protection of generator protection. The miscellaneous protection can be classified into following categories. The first one is overspeed protection, second one is overload protection, third one is loss of boiler firing, fourth one is lubrication oil failure, fifth one is backup overcurrent, and sixth one is loss of load. Now in this slide we discuss about the overspeed protection. The overspeed protection is generally practiced to provide mechanical overspeed devices on both steam and hydro turbines. For steam power unit which operate directly on the steam throttle valve or main step valve, it is not usual to back up these devices by an overspeed relay on steam driven sets. In continuation of the overspeed protection for hydroelectric units, as the response of the governor is comparatively slow and the set is more prone to overspeed. The relay when fitted is usually supplied from the permanent magnet generator used for the control of governor of the both types of units, that is thermal or hydroelectric units. Now in this slide we discuss about the overload protection. Overloading of the machine causes overheating in the stator winding. This can be prevented by using overcurrent relay with time delay adjustment. But overheating not only depends on overcurrent but also the failure of the cooling system in the generator. So that's why temperature detectors coils such as thermistors or thermocouples are used at various points in the stator winding for the indication of temperature at the various locations in the windings. The next one is the loss of boiler firing. There are two methods available for detecting the loss of boiler firing. The first method, normally opened NO contacts are provided with the fan motors which may trip the generator if more than two motors fail. The second methods use a boiler pressure contacts which unload the generator if boiler pressure falls below approximately 90%. Now in this slide we discuss about the lubrication oil failure. The protection is not considered essential since the lubrication oil is normally obtained from the same pump as governor oil, and a failure of the governor oil will automatically make stop valve to close. Loss of load. Two types of problem is occurred due to loss of load. The first one is the overspeed problem of synchronous generator or alternator, and the second one is over voltage problem. These two types of problem is solved by the connecting of resistors so that large amount of power can be dissipated in the form of heat. And in this slide, when the loss of load occur in the power system, then the overspeed of the alternator increases the value of very high frequency so that the many components have high losses in the system. So it is most compulsory that by connecting of resistor so that large amount of power can be dissipated in form of heat. Now in this slide we discuss about the external fault backup protection. The overcurrent and earth fault protection is provided for backup protection of large sized generators protected by differential protection. The second one is induction type IDMT relay is used for this purpose, where IDMT is the inverse definite minimum time overcurrent relay. In this type of relay, the current flowing through the system is inversely proportional to the operating time of the relay. When the value of current is very high, then relay operates with a minimum time, and just is contrary, when the value of current is low, then it takes the high value of time. This is the basic circuit diagram of external fault backup protection, where in this diagram the generator stator winding is shown in series with the main circuit breaker, and here is the earth fault relay is connected, and the phase relays are connected via through the three types of current transformer, that is CT, and three CTs are connected in each phase, that is red phase, yellow phase and blue phase, and a earthing resistor is connected at a common point of generator stator winding. When a fault occurs in the system, then main circuit breaker isolate the generator stator winding as shown in figure. Conclusion. The protective relays are used to detect electrical faults and to alarm disconnects or shut down the faulted apparatus to provide personal safety and equipment protection. A protective relay does not prevent the appearance of faults, rather takes action only after a fault has occurred in the system. Thank you.